Apple's first foldable iPhone might finally be on the horizon, and the latest iPhone Fold Ultra leaks are giving us a clearer picture of what Cupertino could be preparing. From rumored color options and a redesigned Hinge, to a surprising camera decision and a major security change, this could be Apple's boldest iPhone redesign in years. So in this video, we're breaking down everything the leaks claim about the iPhone Fold Ultra, the foldable display sizes, possible cameras, performance specs like the A20 Pro chip, battery details, Touch ID rumors, expected pricing, and what all of this could mean for the foldable phone market. Let's start with the design, because if these rumors are accurate, Apple is going for a premium foldable look that still feels unmistakably iPhone. According to the leak, the iPhone Fold Ultra may launch in two standout finishes, a deep blue and a classic silver. Apple usually keeps its premium lineup refined, and these two colors sound like they're designed to look professional, clean, and expensive, especially under different lighting. Material-wise, the rumors point toward a titanium and aluminum build, aiming to balance strength and weight. Foldables need extra structural support compared to regular phones, so Apple using higher-end materials would make sense, especially if the company wants the device to feel rigid and durable despite being able to fold. Now let's talk about the Hinge, because the Hinge is the make-or-break component of every foldable phone. Leaks suggest Apple could be using a liquid metal hinge system. That's a big deal because liquid metal alloys can be extremely strong and resistant to wear. If Apple really is going this route, the goal is likely to create a hinge that stays tight over time, feels smooth when opening and closing, and survives years of folding without loosening or developing wobble. There's also talk of structural glass working alongside the hinge, possibly to reinforce the frame and keep the design looking seamless. Basically, Apple seems to be aiming for a foldable that feels less like an experiment and more like a finished, premium product. Next up, cameras, where Apple may be making a strategic trade-off. The iPhone Fold Ultra is rumored to feature a dual camera setup instead of the triple camera system we see on Pro iPhones. And yes, that will immediately raise questions, because Apple's Pro models have trained people to expect 3 lenses for maximum versatility. But here's the rumored twist. Both cameras may be 48 megapixels. That suggests Apple wants fewer sensors, but higher quality sensors, likely relying on computational photography to cover the gaps. Why would Apple drop to 2 cameras? The most likely reason is thickness. Foldables are already thicker than normal phones. Adding a large triple camera module could make the device bulky, top-heavy, or awkward when folded. So Apple might be prioritizing a slimmer foldable profile over adding an extra lens. There's also a rumored internal selfie camera embedded within the foldable display. That would allow you to take calls, shoot selfies, and use FaceTime, while the device is open without needing a visible notch or cutout that ruins the immersive, tablet-like experience. Now let's get into one of the most important parts of any foldable, the displays. Leaks claim the iPhone Fold Ultra will use a dual display setup. The outer display, used when the phone is folded, could be around 5.4 to 5.5 inches. That would make it compact and easy for quick tasks like texting, calls, navigation, and notifications. But the big attraction is the inner display. When unfolded, the OLED panel is rumored to expand to about 7.7 to 7.8 inches. That's basically iPad mini territory, which would make this device perfect for multitasking, video streaming, gaming, reading, note-taking, and productivity. Now here's where Apple may try to leap ahead of competitors: the crease. One of the most common complaints about foldables is the visible crease down the middle of the inner screen. The leak says Apple could be addressing this using a redesigned hinge mechanism and optically clear adhesive, aiming to reduce crease visibility while improving durability. If Apple manages to deliver a foldable with a significantly less noticeable crease, that alone could become the #1 selling point and a major reason people choose it over existing foldables. Now let's talk performance, because Apple doesn't usually play it safe here. The iPhone Fold Ultra is rumored to run on the A20 Pro chip built on a 2nm process. If true, that's a massive step forward in efficiency and performance. A foldable iPhone would need serious power to handle large-screen multitasking, high-resolution content, advanced camera processing, and potentially new iOS features designed specifically for foldables. The leak also mentions 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM, which would be a strong pairing for heavy multitasking and pro-level apps. Storage is expected to start at 256GB, which feels like the minimum you'd want on a premium foldable, especially one that might be used for content creation and productivity. Battery is another crucial area for foldables, and the rumor points to a dual-cell battery design totaling around 4,800 to 4,900 mAh. Dual-cell designs are common in foldables because of how space is split across both halves of the device. If Apple can combine that size with the efficiency of a 2nm chip, all-day battery life becomes a realistic goal, even with a big inner OLED display. Now here's one of the most interesting rumored changes: security. Leaks suggest Apple could replace Face ID with a side-mounted Touch ID sensor built into the power button. That's a big shift, but it actually makes sense, for a foldable Face ID can be tricky when device orientation changes, when the phone is partially folded, or when the camera layout has to work in both folded and unfolded modes. A side-mounted Touch ID would be simple, fast, and usable whether the phone is open or closed, and if Apple's Touch ID tuning is good, as it usually is, this could end up being a feature people genuinely prefer, especially for quick unlocking. So what does all of this mean for the market? If Apple enters the foldable space with the iPhone Fold Ultra, analysts believe it could expand the entire foldable category by up to 20%. Apple doesn't just sell phones, it pulls mainstream consumers into categories they previously ignored. Plenty of people have avoided foldables because they feel niche, fragile, or overpriced. Apple launching a foldable iPhone could change the perception overnight, especially if Apple focuses on durability, polish, and tight iOS integration. But competition will be intense. Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold series has years of experience behind it, and competitors have refined foldable hardware through multiple generations. Apple's advantage will have to come from hardware quality, software optimization, and ecosystem benefits like continuity features with Macs, iPads, Apple Watches, and AirPods. Now let's talk about the one thing that could instantly split the audience: price. The iPhone Fold Ultra is rumored to cost between $2,000 and $2,500. That places it firmly in ultra-premium territory, and it means Apple is likely targeting early adopters, power users, and loyal customers who want the newest form factor no matter what. But at that price, people will expect perfection: minimal crease, premium build, excellent battery, top-tier performance, and cameras that still feel Apple flagship even with only 2 lenses. So the big question is, can Apple balance innovation and practicality? If Apple nails the hinge, reduces the crease, delivers strong battery life, and makes iOS feel truly optimized for a foldable, this could set a new benchmark for foldable smartphones. But if the device ends up too expensive, too compromised on cameras, or not meaningfully better than what's already available, it could remain a luxury product rather than a market changer. Now I want to hear from you. If the iPhone Fold Ultra launches with a 7.8-inch inner display, dual 48-megapixel cameras, A20 Pro, and Touch ID, would you buy it at $2,000 to $2,500? Or would you stick with a regular iPhone Pro? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more foldable iPhone updates and leak breakdowns, make sure to subscribe for the latest.